Hello everybody, welcome back to my channel. Today we're doing Best of Drugstore Makeup 2022. I filmed this a little bit different than I have in previous years because I'm really focusing on one singular product from each category versus previous years where I've done maybe like 3 or 2 from each category that I really liked. So if you'd like to see a follow-up video on this where I share, the top 3 primers I had this year, the top 3 base products, concealers, bronzers, all of that from the drugstore, please be sure to leave a comment right now and let me know so I can get that up for you before the year is over. But other than that, we'll just get right into my very, very favorite full face of drugstore for 2022. So my favorite primers of the year were the Neutrogena Radiant Skin Serum Primer. I loved this. And then the Revolution Glass Skin Primer. Neutrogena one, it's quickly absorbed into the skin. It's got this really nice, lightweight serum-like formula. I'll do a couple pumps in my hands and then just really press this into the skin, and it really just makes my skin feel like so good. So I absolutely adored this just for every day. So this is from Hero. This is their Rescue Balm, and this is a green cream that you can use to help negate redness on the face. So you can see I've got a nice zit right here. You take the green cream, you're gonna put it on redness on the face, and you'll see that the product will do a little bit of color matching to your skin tone. But look at that redness redness where? It just neutralizes the redness so nicely. It neutralizes redness around the nose area. I think we all know I've got a really red nose. That's like one of my eczema hotspots that never really goes away. And this just completely neutralizes all of that redness. It's so good. Like, that pimple was so red. Love it for concealing any type of active breakout or redness that I have on my skin. The best liquid illuminator, you already know that this is going to e.l.f. Halo Glow. I wasn't able to get one that was like my perfect shade match, so I mixed these 2 shades until I get like a pretty custom color that I feel like is good for my skin. So I just do like a little bit of the dark, a little bit of the light. Then I'll just mix these together and apply them all over my skin. I've definitely compared this to, can you see how that like redness balm really just, it's crazy. It works so well. And then even around my nose, like I don't know. It's really great, especially for days where like if you don't really want to wear a ton of makeup, that redness balm, so good. Anyway, back to the e.l.f. Halo Glow. This is obviously super comparable to the one from Charlotte Tilbury. It's still gonna give you a little bit of coverage on the skin. So if you don't really feel like you're someone who likes to wear a ton of like all over base coverage, this could be a really good option for you, especially if you do like more of like a glowy finish, because you can wear this on its own and you can see it's giving me some pretty good coverage. You can just go in with some spot concealing after this and a little bit of setting powder to maybe tone down the shine if you want. But overall, I do think that this is super pretty on its own and definitely the best illuminator right now from the drugstore. It's just so beautiful. I like that you have a ton of different shade options as well. And if you're like me and you can't get the exact match, don't overlook getting 2 shades to mix together. Sometimes that's even a little bit nicer because then you have a custom match year round, even if your skin tone fluctuates a lot like mine does. Okay, I love this. I feel like this just puts so much pep in my step. I love how gorgeous and illuminating this is. All around, favorite foundation of the year was the Flawless IRL foundation by Uma Beauty. I honestly need like barely any because that e.l.f. product gives such good coverage. And I just lightly apply this all over my skin. And I really like this foundation without powder. I'm going to show you my favorite powder today, but I really do like how this foundation kind of has more of like a satin set down. So if you don't want to wear powder, you don't have to. It doesn't migrate that much around the face. It stays where you placed it. And it's also a really nice hot weather foundation too. I really liked this during the summertime, like in the heat of July, August, September. This was still such a great standby foundation. The e.l.f. Brightening Pen. And this one is great for brightening underneath the eyes, but also really nice and lightweight and really fluid. So if you tend to like concealers that like don't feel heavy under the skin, I think you'd really like this one. This was definitely my favorite like everyday type of lightweight concealer. I'm gonna put just a little bit under my eyes, just to add some brightening in the center of the face. I'm also gonna apply like right around these areas. And you'll see that this shears out to where if you are someone who really does not like to look like you have a stitch of makeup under the eyes, you can definitely blend this in and it always looks really natural. So even if you do wear like a foundation that's a little bit more full coverage, just a touch of this will still help just add that little bit of brightness under the eyes that just kind of makes you look a little bit more wide awake and just makes the base look a little bit more multi-dimensional versus, you know, just one flat color of foundation. The best setting powder of the year is gonna have to go to the Revlon Photo Ready Blurring Powder. This is a pressed powder by Revlon. The blurring and smoothing characteristics of this powder are pretty unmatched in my opinion. Just pick it up on a dense brush and lightly tap, tap, tap and press like this. And you can totally see, like, it just makes the skin look so airbrushed and it tones down the shine on the skin in such a natural way. Like, it's just kind of taking away anything that looks greasy without completely ruining the natural shine on the base. Like, I still have that light popping off those high points without it completely taking that away, and it keeps your makeup in place so much longer. It helps control those oils on the base and just really keeps you looking nice and fresh for as long as possible. And I will say that obviously, like, first round of application of the powder, you can tell I have powder on, but once you go in with your setting spray or even in a couple of hours, it starts, you know, melting with your skin and it looks the better the longer you wear it. The two best bronzers of the year are more so a bronzer combo. So I loved the Infallible Fresh Wear Bronzer from L'Oreal and then the Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights Bronzer. This has more of a, you can even tell looking at it in the pan, it's got a little bit more of a luminous finish on that bronzer. So I put this one on first, this on top. They magically form the most stunning shade. So I'm gonna start with my L'Oreal bronzer. Really nice, it's a lighter color. I just like how this is a good natural bronze shade. Just lightly on the cheek area, take it around my nose. How good does that look so fast? It's just a really beautiful shade of bronzer. I'm so impressed with it every time I use it. And then once I've got this all over the skin, I'm gonna take the Revlon Photo Ready Skin Lights, just lightly apply that all over the top of this bronzer, and you're gonna see it's gonna give it just a touch more luminosity, and it just kind of wakes up the skin, doesn't make it look quite as dull. And I love the little bit of warmth that I get from that one too. But it just kind of, like, you know, gives it a little bit more of a sheeny finish. There was one specific blush shade that really blew me away this year, especially because it just goes with any look that I could ever want it to. It's Naked Rose from JOAH. It's like one of the most perfect nude shades. I feel like you can even just, it goes with whatever you want it to. So I adored this. You can wear it with smoky looks, natural looks. You can build it up to get it to look more intense if that's what you want. But I love just like a nice, natural, soft, glowy, just like a good nude blush. I think it always works. One of the shadows that I really fell in love with and could not stop purchasing because I was so impressed with the quality are the Undone Beauty Eye Curator quads. So these are little quads of shadows. I'm gonna use this quad today because it's really pretty. It also just has like nice soft shades for every day. I'm gonna put this shade all over the eyelid. They're so creamy, they blend in so beautifully, and they're just like, they're easy to use. They're like these really gorgeous kind of like sateen finish shadows. So they blend out a lot easier than other shadows. There's not quite as much like sticking and clinging to certain areas. So I feel like that just lends itself easier for application and just more of kind of like a better user-friendly result. And I'm taking the darkest shade from that quad and just kind of like packing it right onto the outer corner and then just blending it out. I'm gonna take just a little bit of the darkest shade and run that around my eye area. So yeah, super easy, simple to use. I love them. I think the quality is amazing on those. The best, longest lasting eye pencils were from NYX. These are the NYX Epic Wear liner pencils. I'm gonna use the brown one because that's my favorite shade of eyeliner. You can also pop it in the tight line and waterline and it's not gonna move because because it really will like stay put all day. Okay, I totally forgot about powder highlights. My favorite was from Essence. This is in the shade Sun Showers. What I love so much about this highlight is that there is not a speck of glitter in it, so it's not flecky. It looks super natural and reflective without being like, there's not gonna be any apparent glitter in it, and I'm kind of really not into glittery highlights at all anymore. You can see it just lightly gives a little bit of glow. It's a super subtle highlight. It's so subtle in the best way possible. When I say it's like a subtle highlight, I don't mean that negatively. I mean, it's just gonna give you the most natural, soft, reflective glow. Best mascara was hands down the Maybelline Lash Stiletto, the waterproof version. This just gives me some of the best lashes ever. I love that it's waterproof, so it lasts all day and it holds a curl for me. And I like how I can just wear it nice and natural with just a couple coats, or I can really build it up and get something super dramatic as well. It looks smooth and separating on every lash. It's never clumpy. And I love the way it looks on my lower lashes too. This is NYX Control Freak Brow Gel. This is just a clear gel that I think does a really good job at keeping your brows nice and tame without being like, you know, too crazy or anything. I have been loving tinting my brows with the Ardell Brow Tint Kit. I like how when I tint my brows, I don't even really have to bother with brow pencils. I had two favorite setting sprays this year. So the Revolution Super Fix, this is so great for actually getting your makeup to last noticeably longer, and I love the nozzle on this. It just gives you the most perfect mist every time. And then another one from Revolution, it's the Fix and Glow. This is super similar to the iconic London Glow, the Glow setting spray. I can't remember the name of that one off the top of my head, to be quite honest, but super similar to that. This one has a little bit more of a pinky finish on it. I'm gonna use this today because I feel like I've highlighted this one so many times on my channel, but really amazing if you are super concerned with the longevity of your makeup. Although I will say, even though this one is like a dewy finish, it still does increase your makeup's longevity too. Also really great for like reviving and refreshing the base if you feel like you've done a little bit too much powder perhaps. Now, when it comes to lip pencil, I chose one. This is the best lip liner and lip liner shade of the entire year. It is NYX Nude Truffle. This is my perfect dream nude. I genuinely just like love how I can completely cheat the size of my lips. I can make my lips look like half a size bigger. They look so much bigger when I overline with this shade because it's like the perfect neutral overlining shade. It works with on its own, like if you just want to wear lip balm or like a clear lip gloss with it, it works so well for that. Or if you want to like pair it with a lip color, it works amazing for that too. Now, if I had to choose one favorite, I think I am actually gonna go with the NYX White Gloss. This is like a bone shade that just gives you your own custom nude shade. It kind of blanks out your lip color, gives you the most flattering nude creamy lip. I mean, come on, this is perfect, right? Like, it's gonna look a little bit different on everybody because it's gonna work with your own natural lip color and kind of create a custom nude for you by, you know, giving you a little bit more of a milky veil of white. But oh my gosh, this is like, it's too good. It's too good to not be my favorite lip of the year. All right, you guys, so those are all of my top favorites from each category at the drugstore for 2022. I know I cheated a little bit in some of the sections. Now, if you would like me to do another follow-up video of this before the end of the year where I share with you maybe like top 3 in each category and focus less on the demos, but really just kind of talking about them, I would happily do that for you so you can see a little bit more of other things I was really loving because, you know, there were some other concealers I liked. There were a few other primers, base products, powder, like there was definitely more than just these. So I would happily create a follow-up video about about more products for you if that's what you want. If that is a video that you really would like to see, please, please, please be sure to leave me a comment. Let me know. I'll have to start working on that now because I'm working on my other best of the year videos and really trying to compile these lists and really make sure that I'm hitting all of the spots of all the favorite products that I want to round up for the end of the year for you. And I would love to get one more drugstore roundup video for you for the end of the year. So if you'd like to see maybe a top 3 in every category, I will gladly do that for you. You just have to let me know. I will have my Instagram and TikTok in the description box, and all of these products products listed and linked for you as well. If you have any questions, hit me up in the comments and I will see you in my next video. Thank you so much for watching this one. Bye.